There's a lot of chatter in the camera world. And so today let's talk about the gear I actually use as a content creator, a freelancer and commercial work, and sports videographer and photographer. And it's less about specs and all of those good things, but it's more along the lines of why I choose what I choose and how it earns its place in my kit. Technically, the #1 camera that I've used for the last 5 years has been my Sony a7S III. This is my main talking head camera, and I use it for pretty much every video that I make in some form or another, whether it's the intro, whether it's the body or the talking head of the video. It's so crisp and clean. I can do 4K 30, 4K 60, 4K 120. It's full frame. It's 12 megapixels, so from a lighting standpoint, I can use it in any environment. This is absolutely probably my favorite purchase of all time because it really launched my channel into another realm of high quality. So let me know if you have any questions on this one in the comment section below. My absolute #1 camera setup outside of the house is my Sony a7C II. And I take this everywhere with me. And this is photography or videography, whatever. It's a 33 megapixel 4K full frame sensor, and it's really like 7K downsampled to 4K, and so it's super crispy clean. That means in horizontal or vertical content, whether it's creating for Instagram or TikTok, YouTube Shorts or YouTube, content, it looks really good on here. It's not perfect. One of the things that typically happens with this is that it can overheat if you're doing 4K 60 for a long time. Now this is 4K 30 and then 4K 60 with a crop. You can do APS-C mode and 4K 30, etc. to extend the range of your lenses, and whether it's top down, B-roll, outside, talking head on the go, microphone test, different things like that. This is like my, just throw it on there when I need a good look and I need it to be small, portable. I can throw it in a sling, throw it in a regular backpack pouch, whatever. This is my go-to when I'm on the go. Now, when I want to tell a story, the two cameras that I use are the Blackmagic Pixis 6K. Absolutely love it. And I also use the Blackmagic 6K full frame. And I love these two cameras. They have the same sensor, different body. So you're getting the same picture, and I interchange them depending on what I'm creating. When I really want to tell a story, I started using Blackmagic last year in 2025, early 2025. And editing in B-roll has really opened up a lot more, I would say, skill set for me as a content creator. I used to always do embedded color profiles, and I would just, record as is directly onto the memory card using the profiles, either Sony or Fuji, depending on what camera I was using at the time. But I thoroughly enjoyed learning how to record in RAW or S-Log3 or B-RAW, and then after that, color grade and edit and add my own style. So absolutely love this camera. Absolutely love this camera as well. I love the images that come out of these. I always pair my Pixis with my Nucleus Nano 2 from Tilta. This allows me to control the focus and things like that while I'm away from the camera. That's something that I had to get used to working with these type of cameras, but these two things kind of go together, either this wireless one or a manual one. I'll talk more about that in a future video as well when using this camera here. So let me know any questions you may have in the comment section below. This is my Sony FX30, and this is my main workhorse for video. As you can see on the back of here, I keep this little newer mount, and this allows me to use V-mount batteries with this. I have a little handle on here. This is a super lightweight setup that I take for mostly paid sports stuff, videography. I can do photos with this, but I just like my A7C II more for photos. So if I'm photo centric, I take that. But for video, this is my powerhouse camera for video. And this, with it being the crop sensor, it allows me to get a lot of more range out of this particular lens while also having wide enough so I can sit courtside, take video that way. I do really like this camera. I like the ergonomics of it. I like the 4K 30, 60, 120 that you can get out of this. It's super crisp and clean for, when you downsize it or when you upload it to Instagram for shorts, because I'm usually using this one specifically for sports video. And a lot of the stuff that I do outside of YouTube is sports video, whether it's cross country, basketball, football, volleyball, etc., for the schools and kids and things like that locally, as well as my sports program, or I coach an Under Armour team here in Atlanta called Lady Playmakers 2031. So this is my main workhorse and literally goes all day, has a built-in fan, has the cinema features, such as shutter angle, etc. Everything you need. Love this camera. Let me know any questions you have in the comment section below on this. Let's talk about the things that help me be successful outside of my camera bodies. I'm going to talk about what some people may think is boring first, and that's going to be power. Now, you saw this on my FX30 rig, and this is a V-mount battery by K&F. And I started using V-mount batteries in 2025 as my commercial and freelance business started taking off, right? Camera batteries are good, the ones that come with the cameras, you know, Sony, etc., and whatever body you're using, they're good, but they die really fast compared to something like this. And so I started using these, and the reason, the first one that was sent out to me was K&F. They sent me this one, and I really like it. I use this one the most, and it's not because it's better than the other ones that I have. They're all pretty much similar in the way that I use them, but this one has 2 USB-C ports on it. And that's really big because when you're out in the field and you're connecting a lot of different things, specifically like when I'm using my Pixis, then you may need more USB-C ports. It doesn't mean it's better than the VB99 by Small Rig, or the newer, or PS099E. There's 2 versions of this. These are all really good V-mount batteries, and they all last a really long time. But invest in power, because that determines how smooth your shoot is going to go. And the last thing you want is you having those small regular style batteries, and I have like 7 or 8 of them. But the last thing you want is for you to be filming and your camera shuts off, when you're getting something vital, important, specifically if it's something that can't be repeated, like sports, etc. I stopped using regular batteries when I'm being paid to film sports, because the last thing I need is to miss that person's highlight, and then they're upset when you're delivering your product because you didn't get that one play that they wanted, right? So battery power is really big. Let's talk monitors, okay? So I started with the Atomos Ninja Ninja 5, whatever. This was the first one that I purchased years ago, and today it's still really good. It's a monitor and a recorder. I recently got this one from Viltrox, and this one is extremely bright. I did a whole video of this on my hybrid channel, and I'll link it below. But this one is 7 inches. It's extremely bright, direct sunlight. You can see this has custom buttons. It runs off a battery in the back and then 1 cable. So it's super lightweight and easy to use. Now, the Blackmagic Video Assist is, I started using this one last year, and this one is phenomenal. This one is far and beyond the best one that I have because it has so many different features. For one, it started letting me use B-RAW with my FX30 when I'm doing sports. And as I told you before, I recently started color grading, and B-RAW to me is the simplest and easiest to color grade within the DaVinci Resolve Studio. And then, of course, I have the Blackmagic Pixis monitor, and this one is so lightweight. If this had the ability to connect to my Sony cameras and then give me like B-RAW, like the Video Assist, like this would be ideal because it's small, it's lightweight, and I absolutely love using this on the Pixis. It's bright, and Blackmagic has the best menus. I think everybody agrees on that. And so between the Video Assist and this, it's just really easy and intuitive to use. And so these are the 4 monitors that I use. I have 2 of these Blackmagic Pixis monitors. It's not as important, I guess, in photo, but in video, it's really important. Okay, let's talk about probably the most important thing when it comes to video, and that's audio, right? A lot of people will focus on the look and things like that, but when you post something, if it sounds like crap, most people will turn away from it or swipe past it because they can't hear you, or it sounds bad and it hurts it's dissonance. That's the term. It's called dissonance. But anyway, typically I use the most is this shotgun mic above my head, and that is the Movo X3 II shotgun microphone. I started using a plugged-in microphone about 3 years ago because I used to primarily use lavs and I would always forget to charge them. I had to switch because I kept getting ready to shoot, sit down and the lav is dead. You got to wait 20, 30 minutes before you can use it. And then by that point, the opportunity to shoot was gone, right? So X3 is the most used mic that I use. From there, the second most used mic is this Comica VM40 shotgun microphone. And I can use this on camera, or this is a wireless shotgun microphone that has a receiver where I can set this up and then set the camera further away. I can hold it in my hand, which I have done in the past. And, you know, this is probably the second most used microphone of all the mics that I have in the house. And I have microphones that are worth up to $1,000, etc. Because I'm a music business major sponsored by NAM and I have a lot of stuff. But anyway, I do music and stuff like that too. Anyway, the third highest used microphone is this one, which I actually got recently, and this is the Maano PD200W, and it's a wireless shotgun microphone that can connect to the camera, or it can connect to your computer, your tablet, etc. And it sounds pretty good. It's not the best, but it's just so fast to deploy that when I need to do certain things, I just plug in the dongle or I plug in the 3.5 millimeter on the camera, turn this on, and then you're ready to rock without any issues. And it sounds good enough for the average ear. You won't be able to tell the difference. Lastly, wireless lavs. I recently brought this small rig S70 and I really like this. I use this, it's USB-C dongle, camera dongle, and then 2 transmitters there all in the box. And it's a small box so it can slide into my bag. I'm charging it now because I was using it in this video. But it's really easy to deploy, really fast to deploy, and it can go connect to the camera. It can connect to, I was using it with the Pixis a second ago, use it with my cell phone. It's just so fast to deploy. I'm working on a video for it now. I also have used the Rode Micro Camera Mini, and this is pretty good as well. It died on me when I was in Vegas for CES, and I just forgot to charge it, but I do like how small this is. It also comes with a USB-C dongle, so I do switch between the two, and I think they sound fairly similar. I'm gonna have to do a comparison to understand which one I think sounds better. But this one is more along the kind that you put on the front and you clip it, whereas the S70 has the kind that goes in there and you can't really see it. So really just depends on what you're looking for. But as far as audio, those are the 5 microphones that I use the most. And again, they're not the best microphones that I have. They just sound good enough for what I need and fast enough to use when I need them. So let me know if you have any more questions about audio in the comment section below. I'm not currently using a camera gimbal, but a mobile gimbal I use every time I need a gimbal, or even when I don't, when I just need to sit my cell phone down to use as a content engine. I use this, which is the Hohem V3 Ultra. And this is an AI gimbal that has a built-in selfie stick that has obviously the AI follow and all of that. But the biggest thing on this, and I did a dedicated video of this on the hybrid channel, the biggest thing about this is that it has this screen right here. And that screen will allow you to see yourself when you're recording. So when you're using the rear cameras of your cell phone, you're gonna get a screen right here so you can see that you're in frame. Now, what's big about that is that you don't have to use that front camera, which is not good usually. And then you're able to use other things on the back like filters and different stuff like that, microphones, etc. on your cell phone. The DJI Osmo that just released is also really good, but it doesn't have the screen. It deploys faster than this one, but it doesn't have the screen. And so if you're facing the phone out, that one's completely fine. But if you're facing the phone towards you and you want to use that rear camera, this one's going to be better. So yeah, both of them are good, but this is the one that I use every single day. Okay. I guess this is always the part that people pay attention to. What lenses do you use, right? The 2 main lenses that I use for what I do outside of the house for paid work are the Tamron 35 to 150. This is an f2, right? So it's f2 up to like 45, ish, and then it switches to f2.8, but it's f2.8 all the way through to 150 millimeters. And when I'm using this with an APS-C lens, and of course, then I'm getting that crop factor and getting a little bit more reach. And other than that, I use this f4 70-200 macro by Sony. I pair these two. I generally use this one, but this is a big, heavy lens. I use this one because of the amount of light that I can get out of this, specifically when using the APS-C. But when I'm using the A7C II for, hybrid stuff, then I can use this one because it's a little bit lighter, it's full frame, so I'm gonna get a little bit more light and things like that. But all in all, I love these two lenses. This one, believe it or not, is lighter than the 35-150. And then from there, the last lens that I use the most is going to be this 24mm 1.4 that I showed earlier. And the one that I probably use the most is the one that we're looking at right now, which is the 24-70 Sigma 2.8 original, masterpiece, if you will. Those are the 4 lenses that I use in circulation the most. When I'm using my cinema cameras, and I'm using cinema lenses. And I was fortunate enough to partner with Adorama, and they sent me the entire DZO Vespit 2 cinema camera kit, and then now recently they sent me the Cinema 1 kit, so I'm going to be testing these. I absolutely loved that Vespit 2 kit. Oh my god, it looks so good. They're small, they're light, they're all around the same size. Thoroughly enjoyed testing that kit, and so I'm going to start testing this kit as well. Let me know any questions that you have in the comment section below. I've also used Sirui lens as well, the 24mm VP1, and it is really nice. But as far as lenses, that is kind of what I use on a day-to-day basis. That's the stuff that I actually use. Some of the stuff was sent to me, but as a content creator, we get a lot of stuff sent to us. That does not mean that we use it beyond the video reviews and things like that. I'm always an open and honest book about what I use and what I don't use, and how it works and the user experience of those particular products. So if you have any questions on any of my videos about products that you see, feel free to ask them in the comment section below. If you enjoyed today's content, consider subscribing. This channel is going to be focused on my camera world, right? I have a hybrid channel where it's kind of both, but this is going to be specific to this niche. Looking forward to building out this platform and building out this audience. So any questions that you have, put them in the comment section below. If you enjoyed today's content, consider subscribing below to Cosey Cameras. And as always, stay cozy in that crazy world, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.